Hi, I'm Mitch, and today I'm going to be producing a joint. I was asked recently if I could copy a joint that was in a YouTube video where they only showed the joint being put together. They didn't show how it was made. I'm not quite sure what it's called, but I made a test piece out of some scrap from a pallet, and you can see it here. Goes together on the diagonal to form a right angle joint with a kind of starburst pattern on there. Well, that one was pretty rough, but it proved the method that I was using would actually work. So I went on to make a second one, and that's what I videoed, and this is the result, and I'm reasonably pleased with that. I'd need a lot more practice before I'd be happy to put it on a piece of my furniture, but it doesn't look too bad, and at least I know I've got a method that will actually work. So I hope you enjoy the video. I've prepared two components, square and true, and I've decided to go with ones that are the same width but of different thicknesses, just to show that that's quite possible. And the first thing to do with those is to then gauge the thicknesses of each of them around each other. Don't forget to sharpen your marking gauges from time to time. It does make life a lot easier. Line the two pieces up nice and flush, and then on the end we want to find the center point for the dovetail. And I'll just measure for that and mark it with a light knife line. Now I can use a pair of dividers to mark off the same distance from the center line to mark the extreme edges of the pins. These closer set dividers marking for the narrow end of the pin. Hopefully the pencil makes that a little clearer, and now I need to reset my dividers, one for the full width of the wide end of the pin and step that off along the line, and also for the narrow ends of the pins, and I'll step that off along the other sides. Now I can just join the dots up to get the sunrise pattern on the end grain. The wide ends of the pins are now marked off along the gauge line on the face of the work. And again the dots can be joined up. The pencil shows the marking out really clearly, but for fine work you should just be doing this with knife lines. Now with the joint aligned as it's going to go together, I'm marking the waist, taking quite a bit of care. And it's just as well to double check before progressing. Now it should just be a case of removing all the waste, starting with sawing to our lines. And these angles can be quite acute depending on how flared a sunrise you do. After a little fettling, the two pieces go together, although it is quite tight. Anyway, I'm going to put some glue on it and see what the finished result is like.
Finally, a few shavings to take away the gauge line and just flush everything up nicely. Well, you know, that's not too bad. Certainly a lot better than the first one I did. Cheerio. And if you liked the video, please take a moment to share and comment on it. Thanks.